obviously you'll be collaborating and consulting with them, is that right?
The Southland National Park has representatives at the supporting authority group that I sit on, and colleagues from planning policy, and we have backup in Becky Fuller, you may know, giving us some advice. The Southland National Park's also there. They're there as a local planning authority, as we are, and the other local planning authorities are all represented. We work very closely with Southland National Park.
Thank you, Jane.
Of course, on the downland, yeah.
Okay, I think we'll bring this matter to a close. Thank you very much to both to Jane and to Nadine for being on the call, although we didn't have to call the body up because Jane was our representative. And we note the report, and we consider this to be a good thing for the borough. But we also note that if there's going to be any cash involved, then it's going to be something that we might struggle with. But certainly can't imagine that we can get a few things done anywhere without having to spend some money on it. So we will be making those representations at the Cabinet and before the Council. But thank you very much both for being with us this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
So over to the next item, which is the corporate performance, and it's Luke really who's going to take a lead on it to begin with, and then we'll bring in anybody else who wants to come in. Thank you, Luke.
Thank you, Chair. From page 21 onwards, you will find the quarter one performance report. This year we've had a number of new performance measures that have been added, mostly in housing. The first four performance indicators are shown to be affected by the system migration, but it's my understanding now that that has now been resolved. So in the coming quarters, we are expecting a greater performance on those measures. There's also going to be another report coming in quarter two performance, covering reports going through benchmarking of some of our PIs and comparisons against other authorities and or organisations, but more than happy to take any questions.
Anybody has any questions? Councillor Eubank.
Thank you, Councillor Shaw. And thank you, Nick. It looks like a really thorough report. I really like the layout of the performance report there, with the different little colours on it. So that was very interesting to read. The only thing I would ask is that it includes commercial assets as well. I couldn't find that on there. So commercial assets, things like debt, payments, recovery, that kind of thing. If it's there, I apologise, but I didn't see it. Thank you.
We usually do have a devolved budget section of the report. However, I didn't get an update on that this morning. I believe there's nothing to update. I think that would come in a slightly different format to this report also, but that does go through some numbers to which there was nothing to update this quarter.
So devolved budgets, that includes all our commercial assets, you know, any shops or buildings that we own, that we rent out.
No, I don't think it does.
No,
so
no,
just
no.
come in here, then Councillor, you can bring it on. We don't get a report on the assets at all, but that seems like a very good idea, and I'm sure we can ask for those. But these are specific KPIs that we get reported on everything up to now. And I'm going to ask if anybody else has got any questions, because I certainly have.
Okay, thank you for that. Just curious about the solution sprints. I think you mentioned there's 3 areas for the sprints, and I'm just curious about the finance and data, because you seem to be focusing on managing contracts better or getting better oversight of the contracts. And I was wondering, is it a new system that you've got in, or just actually just using to its fullest potential now?
Chair, if I may, I was just going to suggest if Lee Bannon is still on the call, he would be best placed to respond to that one. Maybe he's not with us. I can give a very brief update. Please do. So yes, so the solution sprint is around exactly what you say, looking into our contract management processes, looking into some of our large contracts, and making sure that we're maximising the opportunities to have effective contract management, and we're looking to new contracts to ensure that we have due process to follow through. I think it was recognised that the letting of a new contract is a big piece of work, and we need to make sure we've got sufficient resource allocated to doing the leading work, which is timely given the conversation we had in the meeting.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, no, that's great. So the idea then, of course, is that all your contracts are in one place, in one system. Is that right? And then that then enables you to, obviously, it's oversight to many people, but also you can start getting statistics out and you can start doing comparisons between contracts. Is that sort of thing they're interested to do?
Chair, if I may, Chair, you've taken us a bit further than we've gone already.
Okay.
We would love to be in that position. I think at the moment our contract management processes are still separate for different contracts. What we're trying to do is centralise with some knowledge and experience around management processes. I absolutely agree there could be benefits we had from a contract management tool, corporate tool, but at the moment we're just trying to share our skills so that we make sure that good practice is operating.
So is the system you have, is it that tool that you just mentioned, the enterprise or commercial tool, or is it just somewhere in between, or is it less than that? It's not.
The piece of work we're doing is around skills development rather than product development. We may at some point in the future have a product that enables us to support our contract management, but at the moment we don't have a central tool.
Is there any particular contract that you were thinking about to answer the question?
I'm not thinking of any contract, but the idea of any corporate body having full visibility of all its contracts, so that some of the high level management can then peruse those contracts, get an idea of what's going on behind the scenes. That's my
Chair, if I can come back just once more. We do have a corporate procurement manager who's done a lot of work since he joined us a year or two ago to ensure we have oversight of what all of our corporate projects, all of our corporate contracts are, because as an organisation we have a huge number, and we're still completing that piece of work to actually ascertain corporately overview of what all those contracts are. I think beyond that, you're absolutely right. The management of those contracts and having oversight of those corporately is what we want to move towards, but we're not there yet.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'd just like to reiterate what Councillor did actually say about the central control. As the corporate procurement manager, it must be really difficult to manage the contracts when they're all in different places, looking different. And if they can be brought together, and then you can prioritise them, and you can see what's costing us the most money, and what looks as if it might be having a wobble. It's much easier to monitor and manage that when it's all in one place, so I would reiterate that. Thank you.
Okay. Councillor Lamb first, then Ballard, and then
Just to briefly clarify what a solution sprint is this a priority, a fast track priority? Is that what you mean by that? I've not come across that expression or terminology before. What is it, a solution sprint?
Chair, if I may. The solution sprints have been running at the council for about 2 to 3 years. We do regularly report to you on them. Okay, we're not really fulfilled yet. But they are exactly as you say, we take a very dynamic approach. What's kind of the biggest problem that we could have a fast track solution to right now, and then we can go in. They're not big projects, it's where you can do a short, sort of deep dive intervention to bring back a solution.
So it is a fast track.
Yes.
Councillor Barlow?
Thank you. Yes, just wanted to highlight the voids KPI. It's not actually achieving what it should, and I would have thought with that housing situation and temporary accommodation situation, it should be a priority. It does say that staff and dams have been a problem, but is there anything else underlying which could improve this KPI? Can you comment on it as well?
Absolutely, unless Luke wants to come in, I can just give you a quick update. This has been an area which you're probably aware has been unsatisfactory for a while. The good news is that we've made some significant staffing changes in that area, and we're also looking to vary the way we undertake contract management. So rather than automatically go with our preferred contractor, we are now looking to diversify contracts around our voids so that if our main contractor isn't able to deal with it at the speed we need it dealt with, we can go to other contractors to fast track those voids, to reduce the void periods and get those properties back into use.
Can we expect some improvement in the next quarter?
Right, just a quick follow-up. I just wondered if we can put something in the diary for maybe Lee, I think you mentioned, to present his confidence on the state of contract process. I know we're going through the process of getting everything into the system, getting everyone doing it the same way. At some point, we'll have all the contracts in, and then maybe someone can present a view on how that's looking and some of the benefits that it got from it.
Corporate procurement manager, Mr. White, actually works in my team. I'm very happy with his services.
Nick, to add to our work programme, please. I'm very glad that Councillor Ballard picked up on the 76.9 days as opposed to last year's 45.8, and the actual target is 20 days. So whilst you say that improvement is expected, how much is it going to be improved by? I mean, one day is not going to make a difference. So it's a significant improvement is what we're really looking for. And is that actually happening in this quarter, please?
We're absolutely looking to see a step change in this area. It's an area that's been very much prioritised in housing. I can't tell you what figure we're going to be out for quarter two, but I would hope that we would definitely see a significant improvement.
So there are other KPIs that have been kind of quite widely missed. Collecting council tax, which is my favourite one. And my concern, and this is just for the record, is that if last year we only achieved 95.82%, why would we put up our targets to 97.5%, especially as we will not have any extra staff? I presume because we're in a slightly downward trajectory there. And I do also note that 1,700 liability orders have been sent out with a value of £2 million. So I'm hoping that that is also going to be on a much better trajectory. There are so many KPIs here that are being missed widely or just missed, and that it's been happening for so many months, and I do appreciate that we've got new IT and a whole new host of problems, but it does not amount to a good performance, Luke, and if you could take that away as a message, and if there's anything that you can actually give us any hope about, would be really useful. But I wanted to bring this item to a close unless anybody has any burning need to talk about KPIs. We'll just let Luke come back in.
Thank you, Chair. Just in response to that point and sort of a glimmer of hope, if you will. Up until Q3 last year, quarter two performance was at 54.82% against a target of 55%, so it was very slightly missed. However, before the implementation of the new system, we were fairly on track. It's my understanding now that the backlog of cases that we had to work, we are now through, so we are expecting a greater performance going into the coming quarters. What that will look like until I get the figures, because I don't work in the team, I can't give you sort of an up-to-date live number as to where we are at, but there is a view that we will see a far greater performance in council tax specifically going into the coming quarters, but it is somewhat speculative and it has to be at this point until I get the numbers in hand.
Good, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us this evening, and we'll move on to, we know the report, that's all we can do. I'm not sure whether we can actually say that some of the areas we're disappointed by, but I think we just want to report.
Sorry, through you, Chair. Obviously, the comments from members will be reflected in the meeting.
Okay, good, thank you very much. Over to the next bit, which is agenda item 11, finance update.